Plastic model builders, welcome back, and what you are seeing here is the final version of that F-102A Delta Dart that we just completed 2 weeks ago. That was the final reveal of that plane in the review. We hope you liked it. If you didn't see that series, go back and watch it. Here's a link to it. Click it, enjoy it. What we have here is the F-18A-F Super Hornet. Fun plane to do. Let me tell you something. Turn this over on this side. Never seen this before. Got a nice little sticker right here. What this is, says it's officially licensed by the US Navy. Pretty cool. If you haven't figured it out by now, we're doing a box break. Still got the plastic on this, but not for long. We're going to get it off. You see right here, it says ages 14 and up. You look on the back, it tells you it's a skill level 4. That's a first. I don't know if I've seen many skill level 4s. So let's open this up. We are going to see what's inside. Get our hobby knife out. Be careful. Don't cut yourself. Nobody wants to cut themselves, do they? I didn't think so. La-di-da-di-da. Take off all the plastic. We know how it does. Don't choke on it. Don't put it in your mouth. You know, people like to do that. Not me. So here it is. This is the box. As usual, tells you a little about the plane, gives you its dimensions. Take a look, go read it. I'm not going to show it to you. Paint colors, and of course the 2 versions you can do. Pretty interesting. Maybe I have to go back and get another one of these and do the second version. Hey. Nope, turn it right here. You see the full plane on the side. Right here, got the underside of the plane, cockpit, and of course the full view. Right here, you have another side view of the plane. Pretty cool looking, if I do say so myself. So, let's open up this A-18F Super Hornet. I did say F-18AF earlier, I think. I don't remember. I'm sorry, it's the FA-18F. So this is a 1/48 scale by Revell. Eventually we'll get this thing out of the box, because you know it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of doing, because they just pack them so well at the factories wherever this is made. At least it's got a wonderful sticker on it. Looks like it's made in something I can't pronounce. So we'll just leave it at that. Somewhere overseas in the Asian region. Box there. Here we go. Stuff that inside. We have this little plastic deal. Keeps the box from falling in on itself. Let's take that out. So we've got one bag right here. Set that off to the side. 2 more bags. First glance. Some fun stuff right here. A little plastic part that obviously fell off. It's always a good sign, I guess. I don't know. This is your clear parts. Got one more bag right here. So we have a total of 4 bags. Here are the instructions right here. Decals fit loosely in the first page. Really, that's the second page and the third page. So this is it. Got 29 different steps to this model just by a glance looking at the back side here. And of course, our decals. Be careful with them. Got a little bent corner here. Not the end of the world. I'm sure we can fix that. Clearly, this looks like this is going to be a fun plane to do, and that's why I got it, because it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a challenge with its colors. That's the main thing. We want to be challenged. So we'll do this in reverse. Let's open up this first package right here. We have our tail fins and our stabilizers. We have what appears to be front nose cones. These are intakes, and clearly the tips of the wings. Right here, this is the top of the plane. I've known because I've done this type of model before in F-18, and that's going to go right on top. Those are the guns. And right here, these are the insides of the intakes. Inside of this second bag, missile rails and a drop tank. Missiles and some pods. Bombs. Some Sparrow missiles. And the other missile rails and the other drop tank half. We have our cockpit chairs, rear landing gear, landing gear wheels, and some cockpit interior stuff, and some landing gear doors. Here we have the actual cockpit, some missile rails, and some more seats. Landing gear doors, landing gear, a tail hook, and some more little things for the flaps and that go on the underside of the plane. So be careful with these. And finally, in the last bag, if you haven't figured it out, this is the front top of the plane. And of course, the underside of the plane. By the way, in case you were wondering, the panel lines on this plane are recessed, so that's a good reason to go out and buy it. Seems recently the planes that I've done, the quality has gone up, even though some of them are a bit older kits. Kind of strange. The F-15 Eagle that we did a while back, that had some recessed lines in there, so maybe Revell got the hint. I don't know. Maybe. Right here, we have our glass, top canopy, and the front windshield, along with this, which is the front landing gear door. Why they made that a clear part, I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out, and of course you have your heads-up display. First things first, on the instructions, tells you about the plane like every Revell model does. Tells you right here some of the things you'll need for the decals, all that good stuff. We'll turn over here to page 2, got right here. Obviously somebody got gypped on their pages and got a tear. Right here we have all the paints that you're going to need for this model. It's kind of a lengthy list. A is dark gray, B flat black, C flat red, D flat yellow, E gloss dark blue, F gloss light blue, G gunmetal, one of my favorite colors, H light ghost gray, probably for the main body of course, I olive drab, J semi-gloss white, K is steel, L is transparent green, N is transparent red. Page 3 we have our parts. Those are numbers 1 through 67. On page 4 we have parts 68 through 212. That's a lot. So, model might take a while. Just saying. Page 5 we've got step 1. And of course, the cockpit. Got to do the chairs. Got to do the panels. And of course put all that stuff together. There are no men for this model, so you're going to be manless and pilotless. Page 6 has step 3, which basically is putting together the top half of the plane. You're going to put on some little pieces right in the inside. Of course, you're going to put on the top piece right here, which is for the canopies to rest on. And then right here, you are putting in the actual cockpit of the plane. On page 7 is step 4, and that is everything with the intakes and the engines. That way you can put those onto the plane. Page 8 is step 5. Apparently this plane has movable rudders in the back, so you're going to put that on right here. It goes over these two instructions. Right here, we're assembling the front 2 halves of the plane. Page 9 has step 7, 8, and 9. So hey, we're at page number matches now with steps. That rarely happens in models, but hey, they did it right here. Step 7, you're putting on the front of the airplane with the rest of the entire fuselage of the body. Step 8, you're putting the rear engines on. And step 9 is that front nose gear. Page 10 has step 10 and 11, so now we're ahead of the game. Rarely does that happen. Step 10 is putting on basically your doors for your front gear, and then step 11 is putting on everything that has to do with the rear landing gear, the wheels, all that good stuff. Page 11 we have step 12 and 13, and that's putting all of the doors for the landing gear and the rear on the plane. Step 13 is putting on all the small little detail parts that go on the wings on the underside. Page 12, we have step 14 and 15. Step 14 is putting on missile pylons. Step 15 is which missiles you want to put on those pylons. It gives you a couple of options over here. Page 13 is step 16 and 17. Those involve putting on some ECM pods or whatever pods they have, and some drop tanks, bombs, that kind of good stuff. So lots of armament for this aircraft, which is, hey, that's a plus, gives us a little something to do, something to watch. Page 12, step 18. That's putting on some Sparrows and some Sidewinders, more missiles. Page 15, we've got steps 19 and 20. It just keeps going and going. That's more drop tanks, more bombs, more missiles, whatever you want to do. Put them on. Have fun with it. It's your model. Make it yours. And of course, the antennas that go on the plane. Page 16 has step 21, 22, 23, and 24. 4 steps on one page. Has that ever happened before? Probably not. It does on this model. What do they cover? Basically the tail hook, the rear fins, and putting on the canopy. So that obviously means we're coming to the end of doing this model. Awesome. This does have everything with the canopy down though, so it's not up. So hey, if you wanted to put it up, not gonna do it. Page 17 has step 25 and 26. That's if you actually want to put the canopy up or down. Step 26 is if you want to build the ladder, and if you want that ladder up or down as well, it has instructions for how to do that. So that's your call. You know how I am. I always build ladders most of the time because that's a complete model. Page 18, we have step 27. This includes all the regular common markings on the plane. It's best to skip that and just put on the regular markings for the plane, then go back, because you know sometimes the regular markings are different from the common markings. Page 19 is step 28. That's how to do the paint scheme that's on the box. Page 20 is step 19. That's how to do the plane that's not on the box. So if you want to do that version, you can do that one as well and have a lot of fun with it. So last but not least, here's the decal sheet. Got a lot of impressive things on these, a lot of decals. Just remember there's 2 versions of there. And that's it. Do I really have to tell you what comes next? Fine, you win. I'll tell you. We're going to wash our parts. We're going to get started on the cockpit area. Going to get that built, stick that into the plane. You know how that goes. And we will get this plane started. So subscribe. That way in 2 weeks you will see that video. And guess what? Give me some comments, because you know I love the comments. And some likes. I feel kind of like Mr. Rogers, except not. Because I'm like, instead of putting on a sweater and taking off my shoes, or taking off my shoes and taking off my sweater, I'm just putting all these parts back into the box. Or at least trying, because you know, well, that takes some skill. So, won't you be my modeler? Anyway, till next time, see ya!